Hey, stop scrolling for a second. Seriously, just pause. This one's for you. If you ever felt like you had to shrink who you are, like you couldn't speak up, like you had to keep parts of yourself hidden just to survive, just to fit in, just to not make people uncomfortable, yeah, I'm talking to you. Because let me tell you something that might hit you hard. You were never meant to hide. And I know the world makes you feel like you should. Like you're too much or too loud or too emotional or too ambitious or not enough. Like you need to tone it down just to be accepted. Like your story isn't worth sharing. Like your dreams are silly. Like your value depends on other people's approval. But you know what? That's a lie. That's fear talking. That's society talking. That's other people projecting their limitations on your life. And if you're tired of that, if you've had enough of feeling small, staying quiet, dimming your light, then you're in the right place. Because this is your reminder to stop being shy about the things that matter. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really said what you wanted to say? When was the last time you stood tall and didn't shrink yourself for someone else's comfort? When was the last time you actually chased that dream you keep tucked in your heart? It's been a while, hasn't it? Because we get so used to hiding. We get so used to pretending. We learn how to survive by not standing out. But deep down, you know you were made for more than that. You know there's more to you than what the world sees right now. And you're tired of pretending everything's fine when you know you're holding back. This video, it's not just some motivational talk. It's a moment where I'm asking you to finally give yourself permission. Permission to be bold. Permission to take up space. Permission to stop being shy about your story, your dreams, your voice, your truth. Because you know what I've learned? The people who are truly free in this life are the ones who stop waiting to be picked. They stop waiting to be told they're good enough. They stop waiting for the perfect moment to be themselves. They show up, flawed, imperfect, learning, growing, but real. And I want that for you. I want you to stop walking into rooms wondering if you belong and start walking like you own the ground you stand on, because you do. I want you to stop hiding your passion because someone else said it was unrealistic. I want you to stop dimming your energy because someone else couldn't handle your light. I want you to stop apologizing for being you. You're not here to blend in. You're not here to fit into boxes that were never made for you. You're here to break those boxes, to build your own lane, to walk like you know you're here on purpose. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care how messy your past is or how far behind you feel. None of that disqualifies you. None of that makes you less than. In fact, it's the opposite. It qualifies you. It makes your voice real. It gives your story weight because you've been through things and you're still here. You're still standing. You're still trying. And if you're here watching this right now, I know something about you. You want more. You feel there's more. You know deep down that something has to change. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is the moment that wakes you up, that reminds you of your power, that reminds you of everything you buried because you were scared it was too much. You're not too much. You're just right. The world needs you to show up. The world needs you to be seen. There's someone out there right now praying for a voice like yours, for a story like yours, for the strength that only you can give. But they can't find you if you keep hiding. So listen to me. This video is about the things you should never be shy about in life. Not anymore. Not your story. Not your dreams. Not your worth. Not your progress. Not your personality. Not your truth. Because when you finally stop being shy about who you are, everything changes. So stick with me. Stay for this whole video. Because if you're ready to show up differently, if you're ready to walk in your truth, if you're ready to stop holding back, then this is for you. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's get free. Let's get into it. You want to know one of the biggest mistakes people make? They hide their story. They hide their past. They hide their pain, their struggles, their experiences like it's something to be ashamed of. But listen, your story is not your weakness. It's your power. Everything you've been through, the hard days, the heartbreak, the anxiety, the times you felt like giving up, The nights you cried in silence and still showed up the next morning like everything was fine. That is your strength. You don't have to be shy about that. That's the stuff that made you real. That's the stuff that gave you depth. That's the stuff that turned you into someone who can handle what life throws your way. And I know, maybe you've been through things you don't like talking about. Maybe people judged you, misunderstood you, or walked away because of what you went through. So you started believing that your story was a burden. But it's not. It's a blueprint. It's the thing someone else needs to hear, so they can believe in their own comeback. See, we live in a world that's obsessed with perfection. People only post the wins, the highlights, the filters, the trophies. Nobody talks about the breakdowns before the breakthroughs. But that's where the real power is. Not in the fake smiles, but in the survival, in the rising, in the rebuilding. Don't be shy about your story just because it's messy. Messy is human. Messy is relatable. Messy is honest. You know what the strongest people in the world have in common? They've been through things that could have broken them, but they chose to heal. They chose to learn. They chose to keep going. That's not shameful. That's heroic. You've made it through things that other people are still praying to escape. You've carried weight that would have crushed someone else, and you did it in silence. You did it without a spotlight. You did it with no applause, no recognition, no camera. Don't you ever be shy about that. You're not weak for struggling. You're strong for surviving. And maybe your story isn't finished yet. Maybe you're still in the middle of the storm, still trying to figure things out, still carrying pain that you don't know how to let go of. That's okay. You don't need to be all the way healed to be honest. You don't need to have it all figured out to inspire somebody. Sometimes the realest thing you can do is say, yeah, I'm still in it, but I'm still fighting. And someone will hear that and think, if they haven't given up, maybe I won't either. That's why your story matters. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real, because it's yours. Because nobody else on this planet has been through what you've been through in the way you have. Your story is one of one, and it has the power to change someone's life, maybe even save it. But you gotta stop hiding it. You gotta stop thinking it's not good enough. You gotta stop waiting for it to be polished before you share it. Because sometimes someone doesn't need a fairy tale ending. They just need to know that somebody else understands. That somebody else has walked through the fire and came out on the other side. You don't need to be famous to make an impact. You don't need 1 million followers. You just need to be real. You just need to own your truth. So whether your story includes trauma, heartbreak, addiction, depression, loss, failure, whatever it is, don't be shy. Because what you came through is not your shame. It's your evidence. Proof that you're still standing. Proof that you're still growing. Proof that you're still here. And that means your purpose is still active. You're still breathing. So your story isn't over. And the more you speak it out loud, the less power it has to hurt you. The more you share, the more you heal. Don't be shy about where you've been. Use it. Share it. Let it be a light for somebody else who's trying to find their way through the dark. Because you might think your story is small, but to someone else, it could be everything. Your story has purpose. Your story has weight. Your story is enough. So don't hide it anymore. Don't bury it under fear. Don't let shame speak louder than truth. You've come too far to keep being silent. It's time to speak. It's time to stand tall. It's time to stop being shy about your story. Because your story is the key. And somebody out there is waiting for you to unlock the door. Let's go. Listen. People will laugh. They'll doubt you. They'll say that's unrealistic, or be more practical. Forget all that. Your dreams don't have to make sense to anyone but you. You want to be an artist? Do it. You want to start your business? Start it. You want to travel, create, speak, sing, build, change the world? Go for it. Don't let small-minded people talk you out of a big vision. Don't let fear make your dreams shrink. You got that dream for a reason. It's yours. Protect it. Pursue it. Don't be shy about it. Be loud about it. Because if you don't believe in it first, nobody else will. Let me say this straight up. You are enough. You've always been enough. You don't have to earn that. You don't have to prove it. You don't need anybody's permission to believe it. But I know what it's like. This world has a sneaky way of making you question your worth. It tells you you're only valuable when you achieve something, when you hit a number, when you look a certain way, when people like you applaud you, choose you, validate you. But that's a lie. You are not your resume. You are not your mistakes. You are not your bank account. You are not how many people follow you. You're not how loud or quiet you are. You are not what they said about you. You are not who left you or who didn't believe in you. You are something far deeper than all that noise. And I need you to understand something right now. You don't have to shrink yourself to be accepted. You don't have to beg for attention. You don't have to settle for half love, half respect, or half opportunities just to feel seen. If you've been doing that, if you've been giving pieces of yourself away just to feel enough, this is your wake-up call to stop. Seriously, stop playing small so that other people don't feel uncomfortable. Stop biting your tongue just to keep the peace. Stop acting like you don't care when your heart is screaming to be heard. Your feelings matter. Your voice matters. Your presence matters. Your dreams matter. You matter. And it's not arrogance to believe that. It's not ego. It's self-respect. There's a huge difference between being full of yourself and being aware of your worth. And people will confuse the two when they benefit from you not knowing the difference. They'll call you too confident when you stop letting them walk all over you. They'll call you difficult when you start setting boundaries. They'll call you selfish when you stop choosing them over your peace. Let them talk. You don't owe anyone an explanation for respecting yourself. You don't have to make yourself smaller so they feel bigger. Listen, the more you love yourself, the more the wrong people will feel triggered. That's not your problem. That's their healing to do, not yours. Your job? Protect your value. You are the only person who truly has to live with you, not your boss, not your friends, not your family, not the strangers online, just you. So stop betraying yourself to keep everyone else happy. Stop putting yourself last like it's some badge of honor. Stop thinking sacrificing your worth is what love or loyalty looks like. Real love starts with how you treat you, what you tolerate, what you allow, what you say yes and no to. That's not selfish. That's the foundation of everything. Because once you know your worth, you stop chasing things that don't deserve you. You stop begging for friendships that are one-sided. You stop giving chances to people who only show up when it benefits them. You stop watering dead plants, hoping they'll bloom. You start standing up for yourself. You start walking away from anything that doesn't align with your peace. You start making decisions that honor your growth, your energy, your heart. And that's when your life begins to shift. People will treat you how you treat you. So if you keep acting like you don't matter, guess what? They'll believe it. But if you start moving like someone who knows their value, they'll have no choice but to treat you differently or remove themselves. Either way, that's a win. So today, make the choice. No more hiding. No more doubting. No more apologizing for knowing you deserve better. You don't have to yell it. You don't have to convince anybody. You just have to carry yourself like you believe it. Like your time is valuable. Like your energy is sacred. Like your love is a gift. Like your presence is not free for everyone. Because it's not. Let me tell you this. You were never too much. You were never not enough. You were just surrounded by people who couldn't recognize your value. So stop basing your worth on how other people treat you. Start basing it on how you treat yourself. Wake up in the morning and remind yourself, I don't have to compete. I don't have to chase. I don't have to beg. I am worthy because I am. That's the energy. That's the mindset. That's the beginning of a different life. So don't be shy about your worth. Walk in it. Live in it. Speak like it. Move like it. Because when you finally stop dimming your light just to fit in, you'll realize you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. And the world's been waiting for you to show up like you know that. So go ahead, remind them who you are. Let's get something real clear right now. There is no shame in starting small. None. Everybody wants to talk about success, about making it big, about going viral, blowing up, reaching the top. But almost nobody talks about the beginning, the late nights, the empty rooms, the awkward first steps, the 0 likes, the quiet launches, the failed attempts. And because we don't see that part, we start to think something's wrong with us when we're starting small. But here's the truth. That's where greatness is born. Nobody, and I mean nobody, starts at the top. Every millionaire, every athlete, every creator, every leader, every game changer, they all started somewhere. In a room by themselves, in a garage, in a journal, with a dream, an idea, a spark. And most people laughed. Most people ignored them. Most people didn't believe in them. But they kept going. Not because they had a million fans clapping for them, but because they believed in what they were building, even when nobody else could see it yet. And that's where you might be right now. At the bottom, at the start, feeling like you're behind, like it's too late, like you don't have enough. Let me stop you right there. You are not behind. You're just at the beginning. And beginnings are supposed to be messy. Don't be shy about it. Don't let the fact that you're not big yet make you feel small. Don't let the early days make you doubt your destiny. Because guess what? Starting small is still starting. And most people never even start. You got something inside you that a lot of people don't. Courage. The courage to try. The courage to look a little foolish. The courage to build something from nothing. And that's rare. So don't downplay it. Don't apologize for it. You're learning. You're growing. You're figuring it out. And that process, that's where the real magic happens. Because when you start small, you get to fail safely. You get to learn without the whole world watching. You get to discover who you really are and what you really want, without the pressure of being perfect. And I'll be honest, some people are too afraid of starting small, so they never start at all. They'd rather wait for the perfect timing, the perfect plan, the perfect resources, the perfect confidence. But let me break it to you gently. Perfect doesn't exist. There is no perfect time. There's only right now. If you got a dream, a vision, an idea, start where you are, with what you have, from the place you're in, even if it's not glamorous, even if it's slow, even if nobody claps yet. Because greatness isn't in the crowd. Greatness is in the consistency, in the grit, in the willingness to keep showing up, even when it's quiet. People will tell you, that's too small. That's not going to work. Who do you think you are? But that's because they can't see what you see. They can't see the future you're building. They don't understand that every giant thing you see today started as something tiny. Amazon started in a garage. Oprah got fired from her first TV job. Steve Jobs got kicked out of the company he built. Jay-Z got turned down by every record label. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. And you're scared of starting small? Come on, start small. Anyway, build the thing. Write the book. Launch the brand. Record the video. Open the business. Speak your truth. Don't worry about the audience. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about going viral. Just worry about being real and being consistent. The right people will find you, but not if you keep waiting until everything's big enough or ready enough. Big comes later. Right now, focus on real. Let yourself be a beginner. Let yourself suck at first. Let yourself feel awkward. That's where you gain wisdom. That's where you build muscle. That's where you separate yourself from the people who only talk about doing things. Because here's the truth. You don't get confidence and then start. You start, and confidence shows up along the way. So don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed that your dream is small right now. Don't be ashamed that you're still figuring things out. This is your season of foundation. And a strong foundation takes time. Brick by brick, step by step. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. And one day, the same people who overlooked you will say, I always knew they'd make it. But you'll know the truth. You'll know how it really went down. You'll know you had to bet on yourself when no one else would. You'll know you had to clap for yourself when no one else was clapping. You'll know what it meant to start small and never give up. So don't be shy about where you are. Be proud of it. Because while everybody else is still waiting for the perfect moment, you're already building. And that's what makes all the difference. You've spent too long trying to be like them, trying to fit in, trying to say the right thing with the right thing, act the right way. Forget all that. There's nobody like you, nobody with your heart, your voice, your perspective, your energy. That's your superpower. That's your gift. Don't hide it trying to be what they expect. Don't dim your light because someone else can't handle the brightness. Be weird. Be deep. Be soft. Be loud. Be smart. Be silly. Be spiritual. Be quiet. Be bold. Be you. Because the world doesn't need more copies. It needs more people who are unapologetically real. People who show up as themselves. And that starts with you. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. You don't have to hide anymore. Not your story. Not your dreams. Not your worth. Not your process. Not your truth. You were never meant to fit in. You were born to stand out, to lead, to inspire, to grow, to be real. So whatever's been holding you back, let it go. This is your sign to stop being shy about the things that matter. This is your sign to show up fully, boldly, loudly, because somebody out there is waiting for you to be you. And when you do that, everything changes. So if this spoke to you, drop a comment, share your truth, subscribe for more, because we're just getting started. Let's rise together